If you want 2024 to be your best year yet, then get ready. I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen and take some notes. Something that is constant for everyone is that time is always going by. Time is not going to stop for you or me or anyone. And the years are going to pass regardless of what you're going through. 2024 is a new chance for you to become a new version of yourself. And honestly, every minute, every second, every day, every month is a new chance for you to reinvent yourself. But for me, a new year feels like a new fresh start, and it's a little bit more motivating to start a new chapter of my life. I don't want this year to be just like any other year for you. I want it to be a year where you are growing and becoming truly the best version of yourself. I know that you have an image of yourself that you want to become. You have a lot of potential, you have a lot of goals, and I know that you don't want life to just pass you by. You want to be 80 or 90 years old looking back at your life, and you want to feel really proud of yourself, and you want to look back and say, yeah, that is the life I lived. I accomplished so much, I met so many people, and I truly lived to my potential. Can you say that about yourself right now? I want you to just imagine this. You are 80 years old, on your deathbed. And you come into the room that you're watching this video from right now, and you're looking at yourself at this exact moment. What feelings are you gonna have? Are you gonna be proud of yourself? Are you going to be disappointed in some decisions that you have made? Maybe you haven't been the healthiest. Maybe you haven't been the most productive. Maybe you have been too productive and neglected your family. What are some things that your 80-year-old self is going to notice and regret? And I was serious about getting a pen and paper. Please grab one, and I want you to reflect. I want you to do the work as you are watching this video because I really do want to help you. So whatever you thought about in that scenario, this is what you need to work on in 2024. We have absolutely no time to waste because, like I said, the year is going to go by whether you like it or not, and it's going to fly by just like every other year does. So the very first step of making 2024 your best year yet is to identify your goals. You need to have specific goals. If you don't determine what your goals are and where you want to go, life is going to make you go the path that it wants to take you. If you're not going to identify your goals and know exactly where you want to go, life is just going to take you wherever and likely not somewhere that you want to be. So might as well be in control, decide for yourself what you want to become, who you want to become, and write it down. Write down your non-negotiables. What are some things that you need to become so that you're actually fulfilled with who you are? You're actually happy with who you are, because you all have a potential, and I promise you your true potential is nowhere near what you think it is. It's so much better, so much greater, and you just need to open that door to yourself so you can unlock that potential. So these goals that you have written down or you're going to write down after watching this video, I need you to look at these goals every single morning, because the saying out of sight, out of mind is so true. When you don't look at your goals, when you're not constantly reminded of them, you're going to forget, because there's a million things we have to do. We have to go to work, we have to take care of our families, we have to pay our bills, we have to clean the house, we have to do our laundry. There's a million things that we have to do. So unless you are focused on your goals, you're just gonna forget about them. Second thing that you can do to make 2024 your best year yet is focus on your physical health. Your physical health impacts your mental health in ways that you would not imagine. When your body is healthy, your mind is able to think more clearly, you're going to be happier about yourself. So I highly encourage, if you don't consistently exercise or go to the gym, to incorporate that into your daily schedule. I like to include this in there because although the mental aspect of becoming your best version of yourself is really important, so that means, doing the shadow work, making goals, going to therapy if you have to, reading books, all of that is really important. But your physical health is also just as important. Do whatever it takes so you are getting some movement into your day and also being in the best shape that you can be in. Let me tell you, like last year, I was in pharmacy school residency, and it's one of the most intense programs. I was essentially doing 3 years worth of training in 1 year. So it was very intense. I had no time. So what I did is that I signed up for personal training. I kid you not, I was so broke. I had no money. And this is honestly kind of embarrassing to say, but I paid the $1,000 to get myself into a personal training program because I wanted to force myself to go to the gym, because I knew that if I just made a goal of going to the gym, I was not going to go, because I was in the hospital for 14 hours a day, and after that all I wanted to do was literally just go home and sleep. So a way for me to get my body active and get into the groove of things is signing for personal training. Really take a deeper look at your physical health and how that's looking for you and make some changes, because A healthy body is a healthy mind. Number 3, so right now we have set our goals, we have identified them. We are also working on taking care of our physical health. We're getting active, we're going to the gym. The third thing is your spiritual side. However spirituality looks to you, I think it's really important to nurture that and work on that, whether that means getting in touch with your religion if you believe in God, whether that means being connected to the world around you, or that could mean working on things that you have maybe experienced in the past. For example, going into therapy. So find out what it is that makes you feel connected to the world. Find out what it is you need to possibly work on in that regards. You know, do you feel like you need to get closer to God? Do you feel like you need to get closer to the universe? Do you feel like you have experienced things in your past that you need to work through? Then sign up for therapy. Just like you're paying membership to go to the gym, I highly believe that you should also have something in place, an investment in place where you're taking care of your mind. I feel like too many people just go with the motions of life and they don't reflect enough, they don't speak out their feelings enough, and you can tell, you can look at someone who hasn't done shadow work. You can look at them and you can tell that they're lacking some sort of self-awareness, self-development isn't there. So you don't want to be one of these people. Number 4 is audit the people around you. Audit your circle. I know that we all have heard this quote, we are who we hang around with. You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So seriously, if you have your pen and paper down, write down the 5 closest people to you in your life. When I was first starting my self-development journey, this was all the way in high school, I would do this constantly, and I was always left with the fact that I did not have that many people that I wanted to keep in my life. Like, still to this day, the people in my life are very few because I don't want to contaminate my mind with people that are just going to bring me down. I would much rather be alone than be with the wrong group of people. And let me tell you, for a period of time in the beginning of college, I had 0 friends. I had 0 friends, and that was by choice. I made a decision to drop all the people that I was hanging around with because they were lazy, they weren't working on themselves, they didn't care about eating healthy, going to the gym, they thought small, they would gossip about people, and every time I hung out with them, they would talk about the same topics. And I felt like it was just not fulfilling me in any type of way, so I dropped them. And I really encourage you to be serious about the people that you hang around. Are you hanging around losers? Are you hanging around people that you don't want to become like in the future? Like, literally, this is a great way to identify if people belong in your life or not. If when you look at your friend, you don't feel inspired by them, you wouldn't be happy if you became like them in the future, then they're the wrong type of person to be in your life. And it may sound mean, but you really need to be ruthless about the people and the influences that you're bringing to your life. Because believe it or not, you have a responsibility to your family, you have a responsibility to your kids if you have them, and also, even if you don't have kids, you have a responsibility to your future kids. You have a responsibility to be the best version of yourself, and that means working on these types of things. So since it is a new year, take the opportunity to look at the people around you. So if you're wasting your time hanging out with losers, spending your time with people that you have no business hanging around, then I'm not telling you to cut them off, but really limit your time with them. It's acceptable to see a friend 1 time every 6 months. That's fine. It's okay to see a friend once every month. You don't need to hang out with people all the time. You know, everyone is different, but I feel like if you have free time, you should not fill your free time just hanging out with people for the heck of it because you have nothing else to do. Like, are you serious? When I see people doing this, I'm like, are you kidding me? Instead of wasting your time with Sarah or Savannah or whoever your friend's name is, why don't you go read a book? Why don't you go into therapy, address your triggers? Why don't you get into the gym? Why don't you take classes to improve the way you speak, to improve a skill that you may have? Why don't you try to find better friends who you can have fun with, but at the same time you can level up with? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, really become serious about who you're around, because the people that are around you, their personalities, they're infectious. You are more like your friends than you think. The way that you carry yourself becomes like your friends. The way you dress becomes like how they dress. The way you talk. So you really want to be careful about who your friends are. And I don't care if you've been friends with someone for 1,000,000 years. That is not a good excuse to have them around. Like, it's embarrassing, truly. And don't take this the wrong way. You know, I'm not trying to be harsh, but I'm really trying to tell you something that I deeply believe in and I practice in my life often. And I don't feel bad about it at all, because I care more about myself more. I care more about my future kids more than to be around with people that are just bringing me down. And I just want to end this video off by saying, although it's amazing to aim high and pick really high goals, set really high standards for yourself, because I'm that way. I always aim really, really high, but at the same time, I want you to realize, take a moment right now that, you know, it's acceptable, and I encourage you to aim really high, set incredibly high standards for yourself, but also try to not be so hard on yourself at the same time. So, you know, if you set a goal to go to the gym like 5 days a week, don't beat yourself up and be counterproductive when you don't achieve that goal right away. I always like to remember, you know, you've been a certain way all of your life. You know, let's say you haven't been to the gym all of your life. You've never been consistently. Now, setting the goal of going 5 times a week, that's going to be difficult for you, and you likely are not going to be good at it right away. You know, I don't want to encourage like hustle culture or whatever. I do believe in self-improvement and becoming the best version of yourself, but at the same time, taking care of yourself mentally, like I was talking about earlier, is really important too. So make sure to always improve yourself, but try to do it in a healthy way. And I only say this because I tend to be really hard on myself, and that's productive for no one. It's not good for me, it's not good for the people around me, and it's just outright not healthy. So just wanted to end it with that. But this is it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video. Did you like it? What type of content would you like to see? What type of topics would you like me to cover? I have a lot of exciting topics that I'm going to be talking about in the next few months. So hit the subscribe button if you are interested. But for now, go write some goals, go do some reflections, and I wish you the best of luck in this upcoming year.